heroes for the Scrappers in a 5-0 shutout, but it all started with the right-hander Luke Boone.
Tell you what, Luke Boone struck out 5, only walked 1, hit a home run. He was Mr. Everything for the Scrappers there on Tuesday night at DeQueen. And we'll be looking for a similar performance from Carson Chambers today. You win this one, you're back in the driver's seat.
And both teams have finished taking infield. Starting lineups have yet to be announced. Umpires are meeting at home plate. Looks like Joe Foyne behind the plate. Kyle Slayton will be on the bases. Ethan Crocker, the head coach at DeQueen, out along with the Scrapper head coach Zach Stewart. DeQueen in their black jerseys trimmed in gold and gray road pants. Scrappers in their black pinstripes, black-white pinstripes. And Frank, absolutely a perfect day for baseball out here. Maybe a little bit windy out of the northwest.
Yeah, it's swirling a little bit too on the wind. And we've had a lot of windy games this spring, as everybody's noticed this wind. It's about 12 miles an hour. It was blowing out, now it's kind of blowing toward the right field, back toward home plate. So that'll make it a little bit interesting.
High sky, not a cloud in the sky, so you take a high sky and a little bit of wind, pop-ups, fly balls could be a little bit of an adventure. The Leopards start their ace today, JT, Logan Patrician, and we look at this DeQueen lineup. We were talking about it as we wrote it down. Almost every one of those kids started last year, so it's a veteran ball club.
Yeah, Patrician's going to give the Scrappers fits today, but he did pitch an inning on Tuesday, so the Scrappers got a look at him, got to see all his pitches. He threw 30 pitches, so, and looking the other direction, Chambers didn't pitch at all Tuesday. Like you said, Boone went the complete game, so big pitching matchup today at Wilson Park.
And Frank, the Scrappers counter with their tall left-hander, Carson Chambers.
Yeah, Carson's their ace been so far this year. Coming off an injury last year, he's 2-1 on the year. He's thrown 18 innings so far, struck out 19, got a 4.20 ERA. They're counting on him to have a big outing today. Of course, have a big day at the plate too.
Music is off, and PA announcer Glenn Lance is announcing the starting lineups. The Leopards lining up along the foul line on first. Frank's got the starting lineups on B99 and the live stream.
For the DeQueen Leopards, leading off will be the center fielder number 1, Sam Graham. Batting second will be the third baseman number 18, Raylan Pickett. Batting third will be the first baseman number 10, Cesaro Lopez. Batting fourth will be the pitcher number 20, Logan Patrician. Batting fifth will be the shortstop number 2, Connor Shelton. Batting sixth will be the catcher number 8, Jake Martin. Batting seventh will be the second baseman number 11, Roland Sanchez. Batting eighth and playing left field will be number 3, Jalen Bowe. And batting ninth will be the right fielder number 5, Lance White. The Nashville Scrappers leading off will be the DH number 3, Luke Boone. He'll be DHing for the left fielder number 10, Sam Carter. Batting second will be the right fielder, number 7, Hayden Gray. Batting third will be the first baseman, number 34, Carson Kirby. Cleaning up will be the third baseman, number 13, Mason Holmes. Pitching and batting fifth will be number 1, Carson Chambers. Batting sixth will be the shortstop number 2, Madden Arnold. Batting seventh will be catcher Gage Green. Batting eighth will be the second baseman, number 5, Banks Ray. Batting ninth will be the center fielder, number 2, Sue Hutchinson.
And Scrappers getting introduced. They're going to their defensive positions. We're going to take about a minute and a half break for the national anthem. We'll be right back. It's the Scrappers and the Leopards, 7-4A baseball on P99.5 and YouTube live stream. Come back and join us in just a bit. Junior left-hander Carson Chambers begins his warm-up tosses on the mound. We mentioned it in the pregame. You maybe can hear the breeze blowing through our microphones. Frank Luke Boone had a little trouble in the first over DeQueen Tuesday. Wiggle out of that. 4-hit shutout, 89 pitches. The key to that was pounding the strike zone. Scrappers need the same thing from Carson Chambers.
Absolutely. They got a great job out of it. Luke Boone didn't have to use anybody else, so everybody's arms were there for that. Hey, Carson, get on track. He had a little rough outing lately, but we know what potential he's got. But he does need to get in that strike zone and stay there.
JT conference standings as Chambers finishes up. We're halfway through. Arkadelphia's 5-0, DeQueen 4-1, Nashville 3-2, Magnolia 2-3. That's the one that I think surprises me more. Then Fairview 1-4, Hopo 5. The other big game today is Magnolia and Arkadelphia. Arkadelphia came back and beat Magnolia Tuesday afternoon. So, as Frank said, if the Scrappers can somehow come away with another win, they put themselves right back in contention for the conference championship.
Yeah, you know, that game that Arkadelphia won Tuesday, that was at Magnolia too. So now Magnolia's got to travel up to Arkadelphia and try and win one on the road. And the Scrappers will be keeping an eye on that, and we'll keep you informed.
Graham, Pickett, and Lopez, Patrician, Shelton, and Martin, Sanchez, Boyles, and Wise. Left-handed hitting center fielder Sam Graham stands in. First pitch of the game right around the corner. Chambers steps on, kicks and fires. Way outside, ball gets away from Gage Green. Just getting started here. Come by the ballpark if you're in the area. Softball playing at the city park. And Chambers throws it over the outside third, evens the count at 1-1. Graham taking all the way. And strike two. Frank, a pretty good bender then by Chambers.
Good one. Started that front shoulder, and dropped it right over the plate.
Swing and a miss, throws a high fastball by him, and a good start for Chambers as he strikes out Sam Graham. And Frank Graham kind of key to their lineup. He can run, lead off batter, good on base guy, good to always keep him off.
You bet. Good way to start the game.
Ryan Pickett, their third baseman, is the batter. And a strike as Chambers throwing strikes. Frank can't have a better name for a third baseman than Ryan Pickett, huh?
That's a good one. Good baseball name.
Chambers throwing hard and throws a fastball by Pickett, and he steps out for a moment. Chambers ready to go, just getting started here at Nashville. Swinging a foul over the right side. Wind blowing from the northwest a little bit now. Hurting ball's going to left field, and Chambers tries a curveball, slips out of his hand high for a ball. We'll set the Scrapper defense for you after this pitch. Swing and a foul, just a foul tip there. Green's behind the plate, Honey at third, Arnold at short, Ray at second, Kirby at first. Left to right in the outfield, it's Carter, Hutchinson, and Gray. Oh, and he took something off then. Talk about that changeup, Frank.
Yeah, it was a really good pitch on the outside corner. Had a good drop to it. Got him way out on that front foot. Nothing he could do with it.
Second left-handed batter of the inning is their first baseman, Izarro Lopez. Chambers working quickly. And that's that same curveball that slipped out of his hand a while ago. And it hit the backstop on the fly, huh, Frank?
Just a little bit high.
Travis Lyda is the first base coach for the Leopards. Their head coach, Ethan Crocker, in the box at third. And a strike as Chambers has got the good fastball, Frank. And we hadn't seen but 10 or 11 pitches. Looks like he's got some pop today.
He does. He's throwing good.
Ball outside.
He's throwing nice and smooth and easy right now.
Swinging a foul right back here, evens the count at 2-2. Chambers has struck out the first two. We're in the top of the first. No score. Swinging a ground ball third, and right at Coach Ethan Crocker, and Coach Crocker makes the play and gives the ball back to Chambers. Count remains at 2-2 with 2 out, nobody on. Tries a curveball and it hangs high. Their cleanup hitter and pitcher Logan Patrician on deck. Swinging another foul, and Lopez hanging tough. Ground ball to first. Backs up, flips it to Chambers. Curdy backs up, takes a hop. Chambers gets off the mound good. Lopez out. 3-1, and 1-2-3 go the Leopards. Scrappers come to the dugout. No score here. Top of the first. Come back and join us. This is B99.5 and YouTube live stream. Scrappers and the Leopards will be right back. For the bottom of the first. If you were listening a couple of minutes ago, Chambers disposed of the Leopards 1-2-3 in their half. Center fielder Graham pulled way over toward right center. Left fielder playing Boone straight away. There's lots of room in right center field, JT.
Yeah, that's prime double, triple territory for Luke Boone if he can poke one out there.
And a ball high from Patricia. And a pop-up, let's see if it stays in play. It will go out of play in the Scrapper bullpen off to the left side. Frank talking about the fields. You weren't at DeQueen the other day, but they have keep doing more and more to it. The ballpark's really nice, but you'll remember probably from your playing days and coaching days, that mound has always seemed high to me.
Yeah, it has, and it really always depended. Years ago, whether they had good pitching or not. When they thought they had good pitching, you'd have a high mound. You went over there and saw the mound looked a little low, you knew, well, they don't think they've got any. They would adjust it pretty regularly.
And Boone takes a strike. Kind of like back in 1968, Frank and Bob Gibson had that 112 ERA. That lowered the mound in Major League Baseball, the whole standards.
Yeah, from 15 inches to 10 inches.
They set up the middle by Boone, and a good start by the Scrapper. Boone just pokes it into left field. Frank just served it out there.
He got an outside pitch, drove it up the middle. Lead off, hit it on.
Hayden Gray. If you listen a lot or look a lot, you expect Gray to bunt a lot of the times because he's been a really good bunter, JT. He's probably beaten 7 or 8 of them out for a base hit this year.
He had a big one the other night at DeQueen, dropped it down, and they weren't even ready for it to beat it out.
And he tries to bunt in, didn't get his bat out in front. Third baseman Ryan Pickett, he thinks the same thing. He's way in at third, about 2 steps on the grass.
Gray had a big game the other day, a double, single, a run, stole a couple of bases. He's a 256 hitter so far on the year for the Scrapper.
Not a big lead by Boone. Long look by Patricia. Gets it down. Good decision by their third baseman, Pickett, Frank. He almost touched it and then he thought better of it.
Yeah, I think he may have had a chance to get him down there, but he was going to get a bad hop. He charged in, and the ball came off the bat pretty hot, and he was going to get an in-between hop in there. I think that's why he let it go.
All rolled in fair territory, about 15 or 18 feet. He stays in. Now Gray will be bunting with 2 strikes, but we'll see. Long look by Patricia. Swinging a miss, and Gray goes down swinging. Wind really whipping up here at the ballpark now. JT, one thing, and I hadn't remembered this last year about Patricia, but when he threw those 2 innings, had some base runners, he really slows it down. It takes a long time when he gets in that set position.
You know, in high school baseball, you'll see a lot of these kids, they move so fast, the batters have to back off sometimes. Patricia, he for sure slows it down.
Here's Kirby. There goes the runner. And the catcher can't handle it, and it's a stolen base. Ball 1 to Kirby. Boone got a good jump there. And the catcher, Martin, would have had trouble throwing him out as he's trying to transfer the ball. It pops out of his hand. Base hit could put the Scrappers on top.
Kirby, the leader with 17 RBIs on the year.
And a ball outside.
He's hitting 260. 17 RBIs leading the team, and 7 doubles leading the team.
No score, bottom of the first. Boone leads off with a single. Stole second with 1 out. And a strike over the outside edge to Curdy, a fastball. Mason Honey's in the cleanup slot for the Scrappers this afternoon. He's on deck. Patricia looks back, now looks back again, and throws outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. Bright day like this with the glare, kind of hard to see the scoreboard out there. And the pitch to Kirby. Long look. And a ball outside. I think Patrician wanted that call, Frank.
He did. Just a little bit outside.
Now batting for the Scrappers is third baseman, number 13, Mason Honey.
Mason second on the team, here with 327 there.
Honey stands in from the right side. strike over the inside edge as Patrician throws hard.
He doubled on Monday. That's one of his 3 doubles on the year so far. He's got 11 RBIs to go with that. Second on the team with 17 hits.
Patrician looks back 2 or 3 times and over his head. There goes the runners, and we steal third. And Kirby follows Boone down. And Frank, one thing that Coach Stewart does, I think he kind of lets his runners in situations like this, if they think they can get that good secondary lead and a running start, they'll try to steal third base.
Yeah, it's been real aggressive.
And a good cut, and Honey would like that one back. Infield back. They'll give the Scrappers a run, but Honey's in the hole. He wants to put it in play somewhere with Chambers on deck. Ball just outside. Two and two now to Honey. Runners at second and third, infield back all the way around. Pops it up. That'll stay on the infield. Lopez wants it and takes it in foul territory. Big second out there for the Leopards, Frank.
Yeah, they were looking for that right there. He just got under that ball. Good job by the first baseman shading his eyes and recording the second out of the inning.
JT Boone got in a little mess like this in the first at DeQueen. He got out of it, and then he really got tough after that.
He sure did. We got our hottest hitter at the plate, Carson Chambers. He had a great night, too.
Chambers trying to keep Patrician from getting off the hook here in the bottom of the first. And a ball outside.
Chambers hit 277 on the year, 13 base hits. He's got 5 RBIs. He leads the team with 2 home runs.
Now the wind has kind of died down after gusting a couple of minutes ago. And a strike over the outside edge. Patrician's trying to stay outside so far in the first, huh, Frank?
Yeah, and that'd be a good thing to do with Carson right there.
They play him pretty well straight away. Line drive, fair into the right field corner. 1 run in, 2 runs in. Kurt Chambers comes into second base, takes a look at Coach Stewart, but stands there, Frank. He slapped that one into the right field corner.
He did. That ball went back over the inside part of the play about waist high. He hit a rope down the line, landed about 2 foot fair. He picks up the first 2 RBIs of the game, and the Scrappers take the lead.
Madden Arnold, the shortstop. Third baseman Pickett comes in. Line drive, base hit. Let's see if we try to score the runner, bringing him around. We're going to have a play at the plate. Save. That was Peyton Fritz, Frank. I didn't report that came into courtesy run for Chambers, but when Arnold slapped it into left field, Fritz showed good speed coming around the bases.
Well, it all started with a really good secondary lead. He had his momentum headed toward third before the ball ever got to the bat. He was able to get a great jump on that. Throw was going to be high, but had it been down, it would have been on time. It would have been a bang-bang play. But that's the 3rd run the Scrappers have put on the board.
Leading hitter average-wise, Gage Green is at the plate. And he gets hit. And Frank, you can see a little frustration out of the DeQueen Leopard ace, Patrician. He thought he didn't get a call or 2 on a high outside pitch. Now he hits Green. Chambers gets him with the double, so Coach Crocker's going to come call timeout and try to settle things down.
Yeah, he's a little frustrated out there. He not quite used to this mound either. I've seen him kicking around on it. kick it around too much since it's AstroTurf, but he's not comfortable out here.
And we didn't finish that a while ago, Frank. We were talking about the DeQueen mound different. You know, a lot of years it looks high. You weren't over there the other day. It looked high. But that clay mound looking higher. You make a great point. All mounds are not the same.
No, they're not. They tried to finally standardize that in Major League. They check them to make sure they're all the same now. There used to be a lot of difference between mounds. There still are when you go to a field that has a dirt mound on it. It's going to pitch different than this AstroTurf mound.
Banks Ray, he's the 8th scrapper batter in the first. Runners at first and second, 2 out. Long look by Patricia. Swinging a foul, good cut by Ray. Hughes Hutchison on deck.
In the middle of all that, Brett Fritz came in to courtesy run for Gage Green.
So we've had 2 courtesy runners. If you're familiar with high school baseball, you can always courtesy run for the pitcher and the catcher when they get on base. Long look now, the pitch to Ray. Ground ball to third. Third baseman picks it up, bobbles it a time or two. Frank couldn't have made a play at first, but he did get the unassisted force at third.
Yeah, he did a good job not panicking there when he dropped the ball originally down the line. Picked it back up, stepped on the bag, and that will be the 3rd out of the inning.
But the Scrappers send 8 to the plate. They score 3 runs on 3 hits. No errors. Chambers back to the mound. He was good in the top of the first. We'll be back in 1 minute as he faces 4, 5, and 6 for the Leopards. Come back and join us on B99.5. Logan Patrician steps in to lead off the second. He bats 4th. He's the Leopard pitcher. He's played kid ball with a lot of these scrappers all his life. They all know each other. And Chambers throws the ball outside. Patrician standing right on top of the plate. Half swing, he holds up ball 2. And ball 3. Frank Patrician's right on top of the plate. His hand's probably in the strike zone.
Yeah, if you hit his hand, it'll be a strike.
And the automatic strike on 3-0. Chambers working quickly. And a walk to Patrician. Let's see if they let him run or courtesy run for him. And looks like, yes, they're bringing a courtesy runner in. That's Matarino comes in to run. Chambers will hold him on. Correction, Kirby will hold him on. Here's Chambers' pitch. There's a strike right down the middle to Connor Shelton. He's the shortstop today. JT, he was the starter for him Tuesday and went 5 innings.
Yeah, he didn't, and he never really gave up any big innings. It was just 1, 1, 1, 1. But, you know, you chip away like that, and sometimes it just doesn't go your way.
That adding on's a big thing in baseball, Frank.
If you can put up a run every inning, you're starting to do really good damage. Like those cricket numbers. If you can get a run 2 or 3 straight innings, that really goes a long way to winning in this game.
Ball 2 now low. Patrician walked on 5 pitches. Now it's 2-1 to Shelton. And a throw over, no tag by Kirby. Crowd getting bigger here. Chairback's about full now, right before 5. Weren't too many here. A pop-up foul over the DeQueen dugout. Regional tournament will be in DeQueen, and I think that's the second weekend in May. Is that right, JT?
That's correct. Second weekend in May, 8th, 9th, and 10th over there in DeQueen.
First 4. Swinging another foul. First 4 in 7 will play the first 4 in 8. 4 of those 8 will advance to the state tournament the next weekend in Monticello. Round ball up the middle. Ray gets it, steps on second, over to first, double play. Mike Ray did a really nice job of taking his time and turning the double play.
He really did. He made sure he got that out down to second. Fielded the ball, kept his head down good, down the bag, made a good strong throw. Really fine play by Mike.
And the Scrappers turned a double play to end it in the 7th at DeQueen the other day, a little 1-4-3 action. Here's Jake Martin, their catcher. Curveball and swing and a tap foul behind the plate.
They would have had another double play, but had an error throwing it over to first. Had a shot at it.
Scrapper defense straight away and a ball low as it gets away from Green. Patrician walked to lead off the inning, but then a double play and just inside. 2 balls and a strike, a double play. Erase both runners, so Martin bats with 2 out. And a strike, and a good pitch by Chambers in, huh, Frank?
Really good.
Over that inside edge, 2-2. Let's see what he dials up. Curveball and a tapper. Chambers picks it up and takes it himself. Good smart play there because Kirby didn't know whether he wanted to let Chambers have it, Frank.
Yeah, it was kind of that in between. Kirby made the right decision to stay back, but Chambers also made a good decision. He had to run hard to get that. He was almost at full speed. He stepped on the bag. That's the 3rd out.
Scrappers had a big first. They scored 3. They're coming to the plate for the second. It'll be Zeus Hutchison and back to the top of the order, Boone and Gray. We'll be back in 1 minute on B99.5. Zeus Hutchison steps to the plate for the Scrappers. Bottom of the second, Nashville enjoys a 3-0 lead. JT tells us at Arkadelphia, no score in the second. JT, and we're halfway through the conference. Seems like it's kind of divided out into 2 groups. Nashville, Magnolia, DeQueen, and Arkadelphia. Hutchison bunts it, and it's a good one. Let's see if he can throw him out. Throw gets away, and now it gets away from the right field, and Hutchins will go to second. He might have a chance to go to third. No. Frank Scrapper's playing small ball.
Yeah, base hit and an error on the right field.
And that's kind of unusual, Frank. The third baseman Pickett picks the ball up. Hutchinson beats it out. He kind of makes an errant throw, but the right fielder's right where he was. The ball's just barely rolling, and he just lets it get by.
He was going to beat that out, even if the throw had been perfect, but he got overcharged it, got it in between hop, let it go between his legs. Took advantage of that.
Let's see if the Scrappers can take advantage. Boone led off the game with a base hit. Ground ball to the right side. That'll at least advance a runner. Good play by the second baseman. Good at bat though by Boone, huh?
Yeah, you always want to do something positive, and moving the runner over is positive.
Gray tried to bunt a couple of times and struck out in the first. There's speed on third and speed at the bases, and he might try it again. Third baseman Pickett creeps in. And Gray shows no sign of a bunt and takes a strike. He looks down. Coach Stewart gives him a sign. Middle infield back. Ground ball will score a run. And just outside ball two. Curve ball. Stays up and out. Correction is to 1-1. Carson Kirby on deck. And a good curveball, good front door curveball that time by Patrician. Gray gives up on it, and it dives over the inside corner. Gray in the hole again. Here's the pitch, all the way outside. Zeus Hutchinson runs at third with one out. Pitch to Gray. Ground ball to score a run. Shortstop picks it up. He better hurry, and he just gets Gray by a half step, but another good at bat by Gray, Frank.
Yeah, that's a good job right there, getting the bat on the ball. If you hit it to the middle of the infield, we'll go score a run, and he hits it in the middle of the infield, and he gets an RBI.
And the fourth Scrapper run. Bunt, single, error, and 2 ground balls. That's kind of the definition of small ball. Good cut by Kirby as he fouls it straight back. Kirby walked and scored one of the runs. He scored when Chambers had a 2-out double. Way outside.
Carson was really a factor on the bases on Tuesday night. You know, scored from first on a double. That was such a big play in the game Tuesday.
And I talked to Honey. Frank mentioned Honey doubled. And he got thrown out trying to stretch it into a triple after the game. Of course, when you win, everything's fun.
Right.
I said, Honey, you don't need to try to stretch too many doubles into triples, you know. And outside the curve.
Yeah, I talked to Carson's dad before the game, and he said that's as fast as he can go.
Probably about as fast and about as far.
That's about it, yeah.
3-1 pitch. And a strike right down the middle. Kirby taking all the way. Honey's on deck. And a ball outside. Second time today, Kirby draws a free pass. And Frank, not only have the Scrappers jumped out to a 4-0 lead, they're getting Patrician's pitch count up
They
some.
really are. Second walk he's issued. He's hit one back. He's only struck out one so far on the day.
And through 1 2/3, how many has he thrown, JT?
This will be number 39.
So it looks like he's going to have at least a 40 pitch couple of innings. Honey throws outside and a backhanded stop by their catcher, Jake Martin. They play Honey exactly straight away, infield and outfield. 2 outs, Nashville up 4-0. And a good breaking ball again over that inside edge. Frank, he's thrown 2 or 3 of those today. Those are good pitches.
Yeah, a little slider-like curveball in there. Stays flat, a little late break on it.
And the ball gets away, and now Kirby scoots down to second on the wild pitch. Hutchinson led off this inning with a bunt single. Errant throw got him to second. Boone's ground ball got him to third. Gray's ground ball got him home. Kirby has walked, and now he goes to second on the wild pitch. Scrapperettes playing softball over at the park. They had a good day against a good DeQueen team Tuesday. They shut the Lady Leopards out 7-0. Here's the pitch, and the ball's high. Long look and the pitch to Honey. And the ball. And Honey drives a free pass, and look who's coming up. It's Carson Chambers. He had a big 2-run RBI double in the first.
In the 5th inning over at the softball field, Scrapperettes were trailing 5-1 to DeQueen.
And we were talking about that because it's a good DeQueen team. Athletic Director Munch Nichols said the Scrappers lost a heartbreaker in extra innings to Mena yesterday. Non-conference game. And Chambers takes a curveball for a strike. Chambers standing in from the left side. Martin sets up over the outside edge, and here's the pitch. And he throws it outside for ball 1.
They tried to stay away from Carson last time. Early in the count, and let one drift inside, and he roped it for a double.
Boy, Patrician takes a long time out there, JT and Frank.
Tell you what, that's a good job by Carson to call time there and make sure he doesn't have to stand in there any longer than he wants to.
Look to second, now another look to second. And here he comes. Swinging a foul. He might want that one back, Frank. Breaking
A
ball.
little bit off that breaking ball, just got over the top of it with his bat. He didn't quite wait on it long enough.
One-two pitch to Chambers. Wild pitch, and the runners will advance. And Patrician shakes his head. That's his second wild pitch of the inning. Two outs. Scrappers have second and third. They've already scored 1 here, 4 for the game. Now Patrician wants a new baseball. Frank, he's slow to start with. Now he's really slowed the game down.
Like I said, he's never been comfortable with his pitches. He's not real consistent with them. He's not comfortable out there today. And that's we need to keep him that way.
Line drive. Let's see if the left fielder can catch it. Yeah, he hits it right at him. Chambers goes the other way. Frank hits it hard but out.
Yep, got good wood on that ball, but right at the left fielder is playing him a little bit over the gap to the third out.
Scrappers score 1 run on a hit. No errors, or 1 error and a couple left. Chambers back to the mound. Nashville up 4-0. Come back and join us. We'll be right back. Carson Chambers has faced the minimum through 2 innings. He allowed a runner, but the Scrappers raced him on a double play, so it's the bottom third, Rowan Sanchez, Jason Boyles, and Lance Wise. And a pitch outside by Chambers. Sanchez, the Leopard second baseman. Swing and a miss on the fastball at the knees. Contrasting to Patrician, Chambers works quickly at a pop-up. Who wants it? Honey says, I do. He's right in front of the bag at third and takes it for 1 out. Jason Boyles, the left fielder.
Left fielder number 3, Jalen Boyle.
We play in the third, Nashville 4, DeQueen nothing right now. And the ball outside to the right-handed hitting Boyles. Gray shallow in right, Hutchins and shallow in center. And a strike over the inside edge. And the ball inside. Now way outside. Ball 3. Swinging a pop-up. Let's see if somebody can get there. It's behind first, and Ray makes a big try at the ball in foul territory. Frank, that fell in that triangle in no man's land where first baseman, second baseman, and right fielder are all trying to get there.
That's about 5 feet from where any of them could get to it. Good hustle over there by all 3 of them.
And Banks stretched out, but the ball was out of his reach. Doesn't matter, swing and a miss as Chambers throws a high fastball by him. That gives your team a little pick-me-up, Frank. Nobody could have made that play, but, you know, the ball's popped up. You think, man, we should have gotten out. It's full count, and now he just comes back and strikes him
That's
out.
right. Really good job by Chambers.
And he throws a fastball by Wise for strike 1.
Hogs could have used that strike about 7 years ago, right?
Absolutely.
All it cost him was a national championship. And another fastball, and the same result. Strike 2. Chambers trying to work a perfect third here. And he wastes a curveball high. I see on JT's Game Changer that Arkadelphia is up on Magnolia 1-0. And ball 2 goes inside. We'll go over the district standings in a moment or the next inning. Swinging a foul. Get a new baseball. Right now, Arkadelphia is 5-0. DeQueen's 4-1. Nashville's 3-2. And Magnolia's 2-3. Fairview and Hope bring up the rear. Swinging a foul, and Wise hanging tough. I remember he had some good at-bats at DeQueen a couple of days ago. Hitting 9th. Line drive, foul again. Off to the right side. This is the 9th place hitter, Lance Wise. Sam Graham, their leadoff man. He's their center fielder. He's on deck. Swinging another foul, Frank, and he can't put him away.
Now, he went out of strike zone a little bit to get that ball, but he wasn't going to let him be called out.
Wise making Chambers work. And a ball. And the ball for the second time gets away from the pitcher, and Banks Ray runs it down behind second base. Count's now full. Started 0-2 on Wise. He's probably seen what, close to double-digit pitches,
Yeah.
right?
Get it back by Wise.
And Wise wants time out. Umpire Joe Hohen gives it to him. Now the right-handed batter steps back in. Payoff pitch from Chambers. Way low, and ball goes all the way back, and Chambers' second walk of the day brings up the top of the order with 2 out. Sam Graham was a strikeout victim to lead off the game. Frank and Coach Crocker just got to like at it bat from his 9th place hitter,
Really
Wise.
does. No good at bat by Wise.
Ball just outside the Graham. And a strike over the outside edge, a little bit of a late call by the umpire.
Looking at the spray charts for Graham, 5 of his 6 hits have been to left field.
And a swing and a miss. He waves at a fastball at the letters. He steps out, and Chambers up in the count, 1-2 with 2 outs. Nashville 4, DeQueen nothing in the 3rd. Swinging a pop-up foul back into the parking lot. And we've gotten what I'd call a big crowd here. As Frank and JT said, late arriving crowd. Wasn't a big crowd at the start. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs as Chambers throws to first and almost throws it away.
Frank, that breaking ball from the ball, too, that was the best breaking ball he's thrown
It
today.
probably was. It had good break on it. Not bad location. It was close.
Now ball 3, and the runner will be off. And after 2 quick outs, Wise battled Chambers for a walk, and now he's gone full to the leadoff man, Sam Graham. And a ball. Looked like a quick inning when you got 0-2 on their number 9 hitter with 2 outs, Frank, but not to be.
No, they stayed in there and battled since then.
Pickett, he stands in from the right side.
Pickett strikeout victim in the first.
And takes a strike. High fastball right at the letters. And the pitch and a foul. Now he's got him set up at 0-2. Runners at first and second, 2 out. Here comes a pitch, swinging a ground ball to Honey. He picks it up, steps on the bag. And that does the Leopards in the 3rd, a little 2-hopper. Honey picked it up 1 step off third base and stepped on it for the 4th. No runs on no hits, no errors, a couple left. Nashville tries to add to a 4-0 lead in the bottom of the 3rd. We'll be back in 1 minute on B99.5. And we had a little technical trouble, but I think we're back on the air now. And Madden Arnold leading off for the Scrappers in the third. And he hits a little soft humpback line drive to the shortstop for the first out. Scrappers up 4-0 here. Here's Gage Green. Green was hit by a pitch in the first. Swing and a miss at an off-speed breaking ball. Logan Patrician, he's been all the way for the Leopards.
They get 365 to lead the team.
Ooh, and fooled him then with something off-speed, Frank.
Yeah, he got way out front.
Scrappers played it 3 in the first, 1 in the second. Chambers has held the Leopards scoreless through 3. Swing and a miss, and Gage would like at it bad back, Frank. Not.
Yeah, he got the timing messed up in there and never got it back. Second strikeout on the day for Patricia.
Rays 0 for 1, reached on a fielder's choice. And a ball. Scrappers sent 8 to the plate in the first, 6 in the second, but 2 out and nobody on here in the third. And Ray fouls it off. One ball and 1 strike. And a front door breaking ball. Ray gives up on it, just crosses the inside edge for strike 2. Patrician working on his best inning by far. High fastball. Ray holds up. They appeal, but he clearly did not go. 2-2 to the senior second baseman, Banks Ray. Ground ball right back to the pitcher. He takes it and flips to the first baseman. And a 1-2-3 inning for the Leopards. We've played 3, Nashville 4, DeQueen nothing. Chambers back to the mound. Come back and join us. This is Scrapper Baseball. Heart of the Leopard order comes up 3, 4, and 5. Izarro Lopez, Logan Patrician, and Connor Shelton to face the scrapper left-hander Carson Chambers.
Lopez grounded out first, his first time up.
For the Leopards in the top of the 4th inning will be the first baseman number 10, Izarro.
Carson Chambers has thrown 60 pitches through 3 innings, and Patrician's thrown 61.
Chambers had a long inning last time. And a fly ball into left. Let's see if anybody can get there. Here comes the left fielder Carter, and it drops in foul territory. Just a little opposite field foul ball. Lopez did not get around on it. Frank Chambers really efficient through the first two, and an 0-2 at bat to their 9th place hitter got his pitch count up. Swing and a miss, slider. Again, the ball gets over Chambers' head.
3 walks on the inning. He's gone 3 and 2 on several foul balls in there. He really did get his pitch count up higher than he'd like.
Now there's a ball that's probably going to get in the gap, and Sam Carter dives, the ball goes up in the air, and then he makes the catch. Frank, how about that one?
That's a good jump right there. Had a long way to go on that dying ball. Slid, got his glove just, caught it just above the ground, popped out a little bit, catches concentration, and he catches it for the first out. Really good play by Sam Carter.
First pitch to Patrician's a fastball. He takes a big rip, comes up empty. Hardest hit ball by the Leopards. And just low for ball 1 to Patrician. And strike 2 at the knees. Mentioned first time, he's backed off the plate a little bit. Patrician was right on top of the plate his first time. Swing and a miss. That was a good hook, Frank.
That puts him down 2 outs in the inning. 4 strikeout on the day for Carson Chambers.
And a strike. Frank don't know, but Patrician's been a little frustrated at times on the mound. Looked like he might have brought that to the plate with him that time.
You can do that as a pitcher, that's for sure.
Now 1-1 to Connor Shelton, the shortstop. Swing a foul off to the right side. Johnny Wilson, Frank Preer, and J.T. Carter have the call. Scrapperettes playing softball over at Futrell Field. Last we heard, Nashville was down in that game. And Chambers tries that curveball that slips out of his hand and goes high. Way high again now, ball 3. Top of the 4th, Arkadelphia and Magnolia's got a good one. Arkadelphia's up 2-1. Full count to Shelton. Just outside or low and a ball 3. Frank, you mentioned it a while ago. Carson's had gotten several of them out, but he's had some long counts to a lot of batters.
Yeah, he has. Really good pitch right there. Really close. Just didn't get the call.
And now, you get him out on that 3-2 pitch. It may save you 4 to 5 or 6 pitches this inning. Swing and a miss by Martin. You can throw 110 pitches legally in a high school baseball game. And a ball high.
Yeah, I started to say something on that 3-2 count that was a big pitch. If you could get out of that right there, that was important.
And Luke Boone, he was so effective, he shut him out on just 89 over at DeQueen. Now Chambers falls behind in the count again. Trying to get out of the 4th. Ground ball to second. Ray's got it. Goes the short way to Arnold. And down go the Leopards. Martin rolls it to the right of Banks Ray. He stayed down, flipped it to Martin. No runs, no hits, no errors. A runner left. Bottom of the 4th. Nashville still up 4-0. Trying to add on against these Leopards. Come back and join us. This is Scrapper Baseball. He tries to bunt and fouls it off. JT gets a better score and better results for the Scrapperettes. They have beaten the Lady Leopards 11-1 now. We got word they were behind earlier, but maybe that was an erroneous score. And Hutchinson takes a call just low. Patricia wants that call.
Just had a infield single his first time up. 3 second on the error. Came around to score the Scrappers' 4th run.
Now ball way outside by Patricia. Top of the order, Luke Boone on deck. 2-2 to Hutchinson. Pop up, it'll stay in play. Let's see who wants it. And nobody can get it. It's just a little, not very high foul ball right to the right, about halfway down the first baseline. Martin, the catcher, and Lopez, the first baseman, neither one could get there. Just didn't go high enough for him to get there, Frank.
And 10 feet higher, it'd have been out.
Hutchinson's got a little bit of a life. Let's see if he can take advantage of it. Patrician working from the windup. Little pop up to third this time, and the third baseman Pickett steps back 4 or 5 steps and puts it away. Had him out front then, Frank.
Yeah, he did. Got it off the end of the bat. Easy pop up for the third baseman.
Luke Boone.
Boone single, stole 2 bases, scored a run so far today. Advanced the runner Zeus Hutchinson in the second with a ground out to the second baseman.
Here's Luke Boone. Boone swings and fouls. All of a sudden, Frank, that's 5 in a row retired by Patricia. Don't want him to get in on a roll.
He settled in a little bit.
Scrappers have plated 4, and they're up 4-0. Here's the pitch to Boone. Swing and a miss as he takes something off, and Boone's out front. Now 0-2 to Boone. Ball outside. Crowd quiet right now in the ballpark. 4-0 Nashville in the 4th. And another ball outside. Hutchinson popped out. Now the pitch to Luke Boone. Swinging a foul. A fastball right at his knees.
Good cut by Boone then. Just missed that one.
Left fielder pulled over toward the line for the right fielder for the left-handed hitting Boone. Ball outside. Patrician wanted that call.
Now that one stayed outside though. He's had good success with that today, but that was definitely a ball.
And now ball 4. That one's not closed as it goes back to the screen. And the Scrappers get a base runner with 1 out. Gray, good speed at the plate. Let's see if the Scrappers want to do some running.
Boone's got 6 stolen bases, 7 stolen bases on the year now.
Stole 1 back in the first. Not a big lead right now by Boone as Lopez holds him on. And Patrician, a quick move over there. And Patrician's got a good move, JT.
Yeah, you could tell there was a reason why we didn't have a big lead there. Patrician was able to get over there quickly with that ball.
bat, and Gray comes up empty. Carson Kirby on deck. Another quick throw to first. Frankie moves his feet good on that move to first base.
He does. Gets him around quick. Gets that arm up. Makes a good solid throw over there.
And Gray gives up on strike 2 there. And Gray is in the hole 0-2. There goes the runner, and Gray fouls it off down the right side past the DeQueen bullpen. Right fielder plays Green like a left-handed pull hitter. He's close to the line in right field, big gap in right center. Now Gray steps out.
Making sure you take pitches and have quality at bats, get that pitch count up.
And a throw to first. Boone dives back. Hutchison led off the inning with a little pop to third. Boone walked. He's there with 1 out. Line drive, base hit. He's on the curveball, and Gray spanks it into center. Gets by the center fielder. It's going to go to the wall. 1 run scored. Here comes Gray to third, and a single and an error. And that ball got by Sam Graham.
Yeah, he just didn't stay down on it out there. Took his eyes off of it, no doubt. Let it go between his legs, and it was off to the races then. Boone with good speed, scores easily. Gray gets his second RBI of the day, and a single and a 2-base error.
And Frank, that's 2 balls, 1 on a batted ball and 1 on a thrown ball that their center fielder and right fielder have just let go between their legs. Now base hit by Kirby. That'll go to the wall. Right center field, and Kirby comes into second base, and he's got a double. You can hear the Scrapper crowd now as the score is 6-0 on a ringing double by Carson Kirby.
That's what his team leading 8th double on the season.
Eighth double and his 18th RBI.
And Coach Crocker comes out, and Frank, he takes the ball away from his ace pitcher, Logan Patrician. The Scrappers have knocked him out in the 4th inning. And Frank, the first inning, I think you can go back, and the first inning is the key. When the Scrappers played the 3, Patrician never got comfortable today.
No, he never did. He never felt any rhythm out there at all. He looked uncomfortable. Wanted pitches that were close and didn't get them too many times. Burrow was close a lot of times when he had no chance to get anybody. Never got comfortable on that mound.
Leopards make a pitching change. We'll tell you who it is. We're going to take a 1-minute break. Nashville will be up 6-0 when we come back. They'll have a runner at second base with 1 out. We'll take a 1-minute break as the Leopards bring in a new pitcher. Come back and join us. This is Scrapper Baseball. coming in from the center field for the Leopards is Sam Graham to the mound, Frank. And on the previous at bat, Graham made a big error to allow the Scrappers to score an additional run.
Yeah, now he's got to come in and pitch. We'll see how all that affects him. Christian has gone to third base.
And I think I see Gage Applegate coming in to run for Kirby at second base. Scrappers have a pinch runner. A walk, a single, and a double, and an error. Scrappers have plated 2 here in the 4th, and here's Mason Honey. Honey,
6-run lead right now. Runner in scoring position.
and Honey and Chambers coming to the plate. High swing by Honey, and say he didn't go. And they appealed it and get the call. I was sure he went in, Frank. Honey got a little hitting room in the right side. Graham throws hard but high for ball 1. Sam Graham, big tall center fielder for the Leopards, but in relief of their ace, Logan Patricia. And a strike as Honey can't pull the trigger. Honey's popped up and walked today. Swing and a miss. He throws it by Honey for the second out of the inning. Chambers had the big blow in the game so far, a 2-out double, 2 RBI double in the first to get the Scrappers off and running. They've added on and they're up 6-0. First breaking pitch, Graham has tried to throw and it hangs up high for ball 1.
That person has a double, 2 RBIs. He scored a run. He flew out hard to left field his last time up.
Good cut on a low inside fastball and fouls it back against the screen. Pitch. All up and in. Patrician moves over to third base after he comes off the mound. And a foul ball over the batting cage off to the left side makes it 2-2 to Kirby. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Scrappers have plated 2.
Really like to play one more here.
They lead 6-0 over the DeQueen Leopards. All way high. Matt Arnold, he's on deck. Arnold's had a big RBI single today. All right. Chambers takes a walk, and we'll see a courtesy runner come out for him. He'll get in the dugout, get to catch his breath as Peyton Fritz comes out to run for him.
Oh, single and a run in the first, lined out short in the third.
Shortstop bats from the right side with 2 out. Way high for Graham. Graham in relief balls to Arnold. Gage Green on deck. Ball 3, not close. Arnold will take a pitch. Not close, and the bases will be loaded as Arnold walks. And here comes Coach Crocker. Frank, I was going to ask you, got a new relief pitcher in. Comes in and he throws 4 straight balls, and none of them are close. Has walked 2 in a row. If you're the hitter, even if the coach doesn't tell you, do you think about taking a strike right now?
Yeah, you do. If you're top of the middle of the order kind of guy, you might just set on something right in the middle of the play. Good zone. I had some hitters I would let swing away at a time like this, but most of them, you're telling them, nah, he's got to throw a strike, or you even think about swinging.
And Coach Crocker goes back to the dugout. Bases loaded, full of scrappers. 2 outs. We're in the 4th. This is the 8th scrapper batter of the inning, and it's Gage Green.
Gage has been hit by a pitch. He's struck out. He is the team leader with a 365 average. He's got 12 RBI.
And Graham steps off. He's working from, now he steps off again. And I don't know, JT, are they using the electronic?
I don't think so. I haven't noticed that. Definitely a big part of the game right here.
And Green leans back from ball 1.
Looks like Coach Crocker's actually giving signs over there.
And a strike as Graham gets one in. Now Green will be turning to Frank.
Yeah, took a little bit off of that one, trying to float it in and got it in.
And ball way high, ball 2. And Graham is fighting it out there. Ball high, not close. Ball 3.
Don't see anybody warming up in their bullpen.
And a strike. He throws a good fastball. Now we've got the merry-go-round. 2 outs, bases loaded. What's going to happen here? Graham kicks and pitches. There they go. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and not a good swing by Green. And Graham gets out of it, and that's a big out for the Leopards. That keeps them in the ball game. But the Scrappers pick up 2 runs on 2 hits. There was an error and 3 left on base. Move into the 5th. Nashville 6, DeQueen nothing. We'll be right back on B99.5. Carson Chambers finishing his warm-up pitches. Gage Green gets out there. He was the last out of the inning. Scrappers picked up a couple and increased their lead to 6-0. Arkadelphia's up 3-1 now on Magnolia in the bottom of the 5th. They've had 2 good games this week, JT.
Yeah, they have.
Leading off for the Leopards. In the top
Arkadelphia may be a little bit the surprise team in the league.
Yeah, well, if they win this one, they'll go to 6-0, and that's going to be tough.
Bottom third of the Leopard order, this is Rowan Sanchez. He popped up to third his first time. Way high and all the way back to the screen by Chambers.
We've only got 3 more home games here at Wilson Park the rest of the year, and one of those is senior night against Arkadelphia.
Hope next Tuesday, Falcon a non-conference game Wednesday as a pop-up goes out of play. And then Arkadelphia. Not a lot of home games this year, Frank.
No, schedule worked out. Like I said, it's a small conference. Trying to find those non-conference games can be really tough to schedule.
And the ball just outside. Chambers would like to get this first man out. And another foul. Frank, he shut them out, but some of these DeQueen batters have had some good at-bats.
They've worked deep in the count several times. Yeah, he has not given up a hit yet. He struck out 4, he's walked 4.
Tapper right back to Chambers. He gets it, throws it to Kirby. He went up and won that. Jason Boyles, he's a strikeout victim his first time. Uh-oh, and Sanchez goes down as he crosses the bag over there, and he's hurt, Frank.
Yeah, he's grabbing that right knee.
I didn't notice, did he hit the bag funny and turn something, or could you tell?
I couldn't tell. JT, did you see anything?
JT's going to try to run it back on Game Changer and look.
No, but with the power replay, I can go back and I can show you what happened.
Frank, we're a long ways from where we used to coach when you can replay a play in high school baseball.
Absolutely.
He's getting up, but he's walking gingerly on that leg.
No, it happened before he got to the bag. Something happened about 2 steps before he got to the bag and pulled up lane.
And those non-contact injuries like that, Frank, you got to watch them.
That's a little hamstring right in there.
So he gets back to the dugout, but he was not walking nearly 100% when he came in. Now Coach Crocker back to the third base coaching box, and Boyle stands in. Ball high.
Boyles was a strikeout victor, but he also worked 3-2 count, fouled off 2 or 3 pitches.
And a strike right down the middle. And he gets one in on his hands, and Boyles fouls it off to the right side. Now Chambers up in the count 2-1, 1-2. Ooh, good curveball, swings and misses, and Green drops it and has to throw it to Kirby. Frank completely fooled him in.
He really did. 5th strikeout on the day for Chambers.
The right fielder number 5, Wise.
2nd out of the inning.
Frank, we've talked about the at-bats. This young man probably had the best at-bat for DeQueen. Last time up, he got 0-2 and came back and drew a walk.
Yep, he fouled off several pitches after going down 0-2.
Chambers throws a strike, and Wise fouls it back against the screen. Ground ball up the middle. There's that first hit. Ray knocks it down, and he makes the throw, but a base hit. By Wise. And I noticed over here the other day, Wise is a good contact hitter.
Yeah, he made solid contact on that. Banks did all he could. Good diving stop. Keep it on the infield. No chance to throw out wide down the first.
Chambers not going to get that 1-2-3 inning. Top of the order, here's Graham, and ball low.
Graham struck out, and he drew a walk his last time up in the third.
Scrapper's having trouble getting the ball back and forth to the pitcher today as that one rolls out to Banks Ray. Throws a fastball by him. Strike one. Honey at third, Arnold at short, Ray at second, Kirby at first, Green behind the plate. Ball outside. Carter, Hutchison, and Gray left to right in the outfield for the Scrappers. Now Chambers steps off. Scrappers get 3 in the first, 1 in the second, and add 2 more in the fourth. Way outside for ball 3. After 2 quick outs, Chambers having a hard time finding that third out here in the fifth. And the throw over first, no tag by Kirby. Strike over the outside edge, late call by the umpire. Full count, runner will be off. And Chambers will throw over. Graham, the leadoff hitter, their third baseman, Ryan Pickett on deck. Pickett not at third now as Patrician is there after he left the mound. Ball outside. And the Scrappers in a little bit of a jam here. An infield single and a walk. Puts 2 on and 2 out for Ryan Pickett.
Pickett struck out and hit into a fielder's choice his last time up. Ground ball to third.
Way high. Now Chambers having a little trouble finding the plate. Now Chambers takes some time. And Pickett asks for time, and the umpire gives it to him. Scrapper at softballers one. Strike over the outside edge. 2 on, 2 out. All the way high. Chambers pitch count getting high. Got the first 2 out easily.
This is pitch number 97.
And took a little off and had Pickett out in front, and he fouls it right at the plate. Chambers wants that call, starts walking off the mound and doesn't get it. Ball 3, Frank. That's that outside pitch, and neither pitcher's gotten it today.
Yeah, and that's also when you've been wild. Umpire's first instinct is, I'm ready to call ball instead of calling strike. You got to really get it over the plate.
And Chambers steps off and looks back at second as both runners will be off. After 2 outs, an infield single and a walk, and now full count to the batter. Payoff pitch coming, and ball 4, not close. Now the Leopards trying to get back in it. Scrappers trying to help them a little bit. Coach Stewart comes to the mound. We'll see if he's going to make a pitching change. Boy, Frank, he was one pitch away from a 1-2-3 inning about 12 or 13 pitches ago.
Yeah, he was. That right there he did. Jaden Goodson's been down there in the bullpen warming up. He's come back to the dugout just now.
He'll see how Chambers feels. I'm going to guess maybe he's going to give him another batter or so, and he is.
Yeah, with a 6-run lead. See if we can get him through this inning.
Like to get out of the fifth. And it's another thing, it's a lefty-lefty matchup here with the first baseman Lopez.
Lopez is grounded first and was robbed by Sam Carter in the 4th inning on a great diving, sliding catch out there.
And Chambers not close right now as he misses way outside to the left-handed batter. Frank mentioned Jaden Goodson, warm for the Scrappers. Little pop-up. Chambers is going to catch it, and that's the end of the inning. Right off the hands, and he pops it up to Chambers. No runs on a hit. No errors, and 3 left. We'll be back for the bottom of the 5th. This is Scrapper Baseball.
Welcome back to Wilson Park. We're entering the bottom of the 5th inning. Scrappers have a nice 6-0 lead. Carson Chambers gone all the way so far today for the Scrappers. He's only allowed 1 hit. He has struck out 6. He's walked 5. That'd be the only blemish on the day so far. Scrappers knocked out. DeQueen started nutrition in the 4th inning. He went 3 in the 3rd inning. He allowed 6 runs on 6 hits. He struck out 2. He walked 4 and hit a batter. Banks Ray will lead off the bottom of the 5th for the Scrappers.
And Ray swings at a fastball.
He grounded into fielder's choice and grounded out to first base.
Hits it. Hits it on the left shoulder, and Scrappers get that leadoff man on here in the 5th.
Patricia's already making his way in. He knows exactly what to do.
Yeah, with Zeus's speed, you've got to respect that.
He and Hayden Gray are kind of the designated bunters on this team, Frank. Ideally, to sacrifice it, you really want to push it down the first baseline. And he pulls back from ball 1.
Yeah, I believe you do that. The shortstop didn't rotate over towards third on that play, just stood there.
And let's see, shows bunt again, gets it down to first base, sacrifice will be good, and he's probably going to beat it out, and he does. Boy, Frank, you got to like the way Bruce Hutchinson plays baseball. He's all out.
He got 2 singles here today on 2 bunts, trying to get things out, but he dropped a good bunt down right in and just outran everybody to first base.
And you were saying, you want to punt it down to first. I could see where the first baseman was playing, and I was thinking the whole time, if he doesn't bounce off real quick, Zeus will beat that out. Sure enough, he did.
Yeah, just if you want a straight sacrifice, that third baseman can be where he wants to. The first baseman's got a hold of the runner. So that's where you try to go as Graham throws the ball. Scrappers have a good chance to add on to a 6-0 lead here in the 5th.
And had a RBI single. He scored 2 runs for the Scrappers today. He has stolen 2 bases so far on the day.
And the pitch. The breaking ball goes high, ball 2. Hayden Gray's on deck. Playing Boone to pull on the right side. The left-handed batting designated hitter takes a big cut and misses a high fastball at the letters. And same pitch, same result as Graham throws it by Boone. First 2 have reached. Two and 2 to Luke Boone. Gray gets his sign. Swing and a miss. And Frank 3 high fastballs. Boone couldn't catch up.
Yeah, they all look good to him, but they were hard to get to. First out of the inning.
Now Hayden Gray. Scrappers had a chance to add some more in the last inning, left the bases loaded. First 2 reached here. Corner still playing in, not sure he may not bunt. And a ball outside to Gray. Carson Kirby is on deck.
Gray got 2 RBIs so far on the day, and a single to go with it.
Hits it a long ways into center, but the center fielder gets a good jump and corrals it in right center. Frank, that ball kind of hung up there. I thought maybe it was going to carry a little better.
Got it just off the brand of the bat there. Didn't get it on the sweet spot.
So after the first 2 reach, 2 quick outs. This is Sam Graham on the mound for DeQueen. He's in relief of their ace, Logan Patricia.
Kirby has walked twice, scored a run, has a double and an RBI.
And he takes a strike over the outside edge. Arkadelphia and Magnolia move to the 7th with Arkadelphia still up 3-1. Kirby fouls it off to the left side. Now he's in the hole. Graham doing a good job after the first 2 reach. Here's the pitch to Kirby. Ball high. Gray runs at second, Hutchison runs at first. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And a good job by Graham after the first 2 reach. He retires the next 3. Score remains 6-0. Looks like Jaden Goodson is going to come in from the Scrappers. He'll try to save it for Carson Kirby. We move to the 6th. Nashville up 6-0. Come back and join us on B99.5. Caden Goodson comes to the mound. Carson Chambers allowed only one hit, but threw 101 pitches, and he turns it over to Goodson with a 6-0 lead, Frank, and the right-hander trying to get some outs.
That Carson went 5 innings, allowed no runs on 1 hit, struck out 6, walked 6. Goodson comes in pitching 12 2/3 innings, a 2-4 record. He's got 2 saves on the year. He struck out 15 in those 12 innings of work.
And Frank, the bugaboos, you went through Chambers' stats. He walked 6 and went in deep counts. That's why his pitch count got so high. Goodson starts him with a breaking ball, and Patrician takes a big lick, big cut, and comes up empty. Goodson works from the set position all the time, up and in to Patrician. One pitch. Now ball just outside. Base on ball's kind of been the Scrappers' bugaboo today. And a half swing and he doesn't go. Now it's quickly 3-1 to the batter. 6-run lead, want to make them put it in play. Here's the 3-1 pitch. He puts it in play, and that ball is just foul. And I mean just foul, Frank. I couldn't tell till the umpire's hand went up.
I'm letting him call it. I'm like you, in this angle, it's kind of hard to tell, but that was awful close. Joe Horn had no doubt it was foul.
And Coach Crocker didn't kick about it, so obviously it was foul. Carson Chambers has moved into left field in the game. Here's the pitch. Ball just outside, and that's the 7th Scrapper walk of the day. Connor Shelton, shortstop, comes up. Scrapper's looking for outs. And Shelton fouls it back against the screen. Tap foul at the plate, comes up and hits Shelton, and now Goodson is up in the count 0-2. Patrician led off the inning with a walk. Kirby holds against him over there. Hits him on 0-2, and maybe the biggest bugaboo with Scrapper pitchers this year, JT. I was talking to Coach Stewart about it. There's no telling how many guys we've hit on 0-2 this year.
Yeah, I mean, that's just, you got to throw something that it's not going to hit. 0-2, you don't want to leave them where they can hit it, but man, you just can't give them that free base.
And Coach Stewart was talking to me about it maybe today or yesterday and says, we're not trying to jam them inside ever on 0-2. Said we're trying to come up outside, and comes inside, had him set up, had him looking bad, and now DeQueen's in a position to get back in the ball game, Frank.
That's right. First 2 runners on, nobody out. Strikeouts have really helped us, and allowing only 1 run, 1 hit so far for the Leopards has kept them scoreless through the first 5. Good defense so far today for the Scrappers.
Coach Stewart back in the dugout. And a strike, a little breaking ball.
Martinez grounded out in the fielder's choice and grounded out at first base.
Patrician runs at second, had him 3-2 and just missed on a 3-2 pitch. Ball goes high, then had Shelton 0-2 and hit him, and so now they've got 2 runners on and nobody out. Arkadelphia's swept Magnolia this week. They beat them 3-1. And another little bender comes in for strike 2. Ground ball, slowly hit. Ray gets it and throws to first, and a good play and an out.
Yeah, no chance for a double play on that slow head ball. They charged it hard, caught it right on the edge of the grass, flipped over to first. That's the first out of the inning.
And here's Sanchez. He's popped up to the third baseman, tapped it back to the pitcher. He's 0 for 2. And we hit him on a breaking ball. Now the bases are loaded. Nothing's easy. Here's Jalen Broyles.
Bulls have struck out both times up, but he's battled both times he's been up at the plate.
And strike by Goodson. And the pitch. Just outside, ball 1. Fly ball into right. Gray drifts back, way back now. He makes the catch, and the runners at second and third advance, and it's a sacrifice fly, but we'll trade a run for an out right now, Frank.
Absolutely. A 6-run lead, you always want to do that.
Now it's runners at first and third. We'll see if DeQueen would risk getting that last out, trailing 5 with that runner at first. Wise has been a thorn in our side today. Pretty good hitter. And ball low. Top of the order comes back. Sam Graham, he's pitching now. He's on deck. Just outside, ball 2. Line drive into center field, right at Cruz Hutchison for the third out, and Goodson gets out of it with only giving up 1 run as Wise hits a little line drive right at Hutchison in center field. They score 1 runs on no hits, no errors. Had a couple left. Game moves into the bottom of the 6th. Nashville 6, DeQueen 1. Scrappers have the heart of their order coming up. Come back and join us. This is Scrapper Baseball. Fairview having a little trouble with Hope, although they're up 5-1 in the 6th. And a ball high to Honey. 3 balls and a strike to the senior Scrapper third baseman. He takes a good cut at a fastball. Comes up empty, strike 2. Honey shortens up on the bat, trying to put the ball in play, and Graham wants a new baseball. Here's the pitch. And almost hits it, and Honey's on. We'll see if we'll get a pinch runner for him as he leads off the 6th with a walk. And Coach Stewart calling time, and I'm seeing somebody pop out of the dugout, and we are going to have a pinch runner for Honey.
Seventh walk issued on the day by the Lakers. They've also kept one batter. They've given up 7 hits.
And not near as clean, kind of the same score right now, not near as clean a game as the game over in DeQueen, JT, and all that is on base on balls.
That's right, but we'll take the win any way you can get it, so we just need to get 2 more runs and 2 more outs. See how that turns out.
So Honey leads off the 6th with a walk. Fritz is running for him as Graham throws over. Carson Chambers had the big hit of the game in the 1st. Pops it straight up. Let's see who can find it. They're having trouble with it. And it falls. Frank, that one shouldn't have fallen, but
Nobody got a good jump on the first baseman. Off it right off. He's looking right in the sun. He had to find it before he ever took off. Right fielder was so deep he had no chance. And the second baseman just didn't get a good break over there.
and you could tell right after it went up that even it was so high that nobody was going to get there like you called. Chambers gets a life. Let's see what he can do with it. There goes the runner. Throw down. Going to be close and safe as Fritz dives in. Martin made a nice one-hop throw, but Fritz beat it.
Good job by Peyton there to grab a hold of that bag and not slip off. That's tough on this turf. Sometimes you'll slide right past it. He grabbed the hold and hooked him.
Yeah, way back in that Ralph Groves when it was wet, when that turf gets wet, you can slide for a long ways on it. Sun bearing down on those defensive players on the right side. Chambers swings and misses. Madden Arnold's on deck. Arnold's 1 for 2 today. Chambers wants to put it in play, at least get him to third. Ball outside. Two and two to the left-handed hitting Carson Chambers. Now he looks back in the dugout, does Graham, trying to get his sign. Game 2 hours old now. Bounces it up there and ball 3. Game slowing down here toward the end as both pitchers having trouble finding the strike zone. Not close, and 2 walks in a row. Frank in the last inning, Scrappers put the first 2 on and didn't score. Don't want that to happen to them again. They'd like to add on.
Good lead right now, 6-1, but you always want a couple more. Arnold bunts it
in self-defense and bunts it foul. Frank, no way he could have gotten out of the way of that.
No, he wouldn't. He just had to get the bat on the ball, keep it from hitting him. He's got a single and an RBI. He's also drawn a walk and lined out short.
I see Dalton Manlove swinging a bat in the on-deck circle. He very well could pinch hit next time. And the runners go, and they steal it easily as Arnold takes a pitch. And what a good jump by Fritz in, Frank.
Yeah, he was gone. Had that good secondary lead. As soon as the ball got by, he was on his way. Good job following up by Chambers.
They've got the middle infield back. And a swing and a miss by Arnold. He wants to put it in play. Kind of surprised they're not all in right now, Frank. Down 6-1.
Down 6-1. They don't need to give up another run.
And a ball high to Arnold.
Well, we'll take it if they will.
Absolutely.
And ball 3. He wouldn't walk the bases loaded, would he?
Well, there's been 8 walks so far by DeQueen pitcher, so I'm saying, yeah, he would.
But swing and a miss and a big first out as Arnold goes down swinging. Big first out. And Dalton Manlove, who was injured in the first series this year in the Ralph Gross tournament, been back to hit a little bit, had a knee injury, wants to put the ball in play. Dalton still can't run very well, but hopefully he can put the ball in play. Frank, kind of ironically, he's hitting for the Scrappers' leading hitter, but Gage Green didn't ever find his timing today.
No, he was off today.
Manlove takes the ball.
You get in between, you're a little late on the fastball, ahead of the curve.
And the ball just inside. Leopards want that pitch, don't get it. Now the scoreboard says 1-1. I thought it was 2-0.
I've got 2.
Good cut by Manlove, fouls it off. Let's see if the umpire gives us the count. No, he doesn't. Scoreboard's got 1 and 2. I've got 2 and 1. We'll see. Ball high. And 3 and 1 is correct. We're right. Scoreboard is wrong. Scrappers like a base hit, but all they really want is a ground ball. And Manlove fouls it back. Now the count's full.
Yeah, ground ball, fly ball, deep fly ball. You
Right.
just run in.
Graham has had a full count on every batter this evening. And Manlove asked for time. Gets granted to him. Swinging a tap foul off to the left side as Manlove hangs tough. Now look at JT's game changer. Fairview starting to pull away from hole 61. Arkadelphia's already won. And ball 4, and the ball gets away, and Fritz trots across the plate, and Scrappers get on the board this inning as Manlove walks, and we'll get a pinch runner coming out for him, and that's going to be the freshman Gage Applegate.
That's Brett Fritz.
Okay. Thought it was a 9. It is a 9. Brett Fritz. Applegate's number is
15.
15. Got them mixed up. Doesn't matter. Scrappers have first and third and have not put the ball in play, Frank. That makes a coach pull their hair out.
It does. They're eternally gray.
Be cut by Banks Ray and swings and misses. Now the Scrappers up 7-1.
Thanks for his last time up on a hit by a pitch.
See if the Scrappers want to start the runner at first base. First and third, 1 out. Nashville up 7-1. There he goes. It's swinging a foul. Ray in the hole, 0-2. Ray up to the plate. There goes the runner, and Ray fouls it off. And Fritz is getting his workout in, Frank.
Yeah. Got speed, but the way he develops speed is by running, so he's getting plenty of that in.
Gone again, and Ray gets hit.
Rather than bring him back.
Yeah. And so they say he did not try to get out of the way, and they're going to bring him back.
He dipped that front shoulder a little bit toward that pitch.
Frank, you get that soft tossing curveball, it's really easy to dip that shoulder in. You know it's not going to hurt.
He probably learned that from former scrapper Slade. He was really good at getting hit by a pitch.
He was a professional at that. One and 2 to Ray. Runner goes again, and the ball gets away, and luckily for the Leopards, it was so high it hit against the backstop and rolled right back to Martin. But Fritz finally gets down to second base.
Good job by Chambers at third right then to see that ball ricochet back.
Now that one gets away, and he is going to score this time. And it's kind of becoming unraveled for DeQueen. Frank, probably a pass ball in, I think, huh? Maybe.
Yeah, I thought both of them, catcher had a good chance to get, but he hadn't blocked either one of them. That one just kicked off to his right. Chambers got a good read on it to score the 8th run for the Scrappers.
And Ray takes a walk. They've walked 4 this inning.
And it's 10 walks they've issued so far today.
And the pinch runners continue to go as Peyton Hill comes out to run for Ray. And Coach Crocker comes to the mound.
DeQueen takes time.
We'll see if he's going to take the ball from Graham. He's in relief of Logan Patrician. They're talking to the side of the mound there. Leopards kind of got their head down, Frank. They came into this week in command of the district with a 4-0 record. They're only 3 outs away from going to 4-2. And JT, surprise to me, but right now you've got to say Arkadelphia has taken command of this district.
Yeah, you know, I've told my son Sam all season, I thought it was going to come down to those last 2 games against Arkadelphia. It sure looks like. Of course, Arkadelphia is 6-0 now, but they still got to play both of these teams. So we'll see what happens in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's the key on looking at Arkadelphia. They have not played us and DeQueen, so that's going to change more than likely.
There goes the runner. They throw through. And he still standing up. Our runner holds at third. Zeus Hutchinson, he's had his speed on display today, Frank.
Yeah, 2 infield singles, 2 bunts.
The winning run is out there at second base. Is it 8 or 9?
I think it's 8.
It's 8.
And he tries to bunt one more time and fouls it off by the Leopard dugout.
So the winning run's at the plate.
Baseball and softball both played 10 runs. You get a 10-run lead after 5. Game is over. This game's at the bottom of the 6th. Nashville up 8-1.
Softball does it 15 after 3, too.
They 15 after 3, yeah, I think so. And the ball low. Long game here. Frank will tell you how many walks and hits batters in the post game coming up after the end of this one. And Hutchinson takes a strike. They keep the infield back, so anything on the ground will give the Scrappers another run. Ground ball second. He gets a run in. As they throw Hutchinson out at first, did it back.
RBI for Hutchinson.
Here's Luke Boone. Boone fouls it right back against the screen for strike 1. Nashville's played it 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the fourth, 3 so far in the 6th. DeQueen has 1 in the 6th. And a good pitch as Graham takes a little off and Boone quickly in the hole 0-2.
Boone started the game with a single, stole 2 bases, scored in the first run. That big first inning that put the Scrappers up 3-0.
Pop up into left field. Left fielder camps under it and drops it. Absolutely just can of corn and drops it. And Boone reaches on a 2-base error. Frank, nothing to say there except he dropped it.
That's it. Can't blame the sun, the wind. Just came in, hit him on the heel of the glove, and popped right out.
Now, if Gray gets a base hit, that might end the game, JT. It's the Scrappers up 9. And the runner's going to go to third as the catcher lets the ball get away for another pass ball. Leopards have their head down right now, Frank.
Yeah, they do. I don't think they'd be too disappointed if Boone would score.
Swinging a foul off Gray's foot. Goes to the Scrapper on deck circle. Carson Kirby gets it back.
Scrappers beat DeQueen earlier tonight 11-1. We'll see if the Scrappers can get the same score.
That sun will be down in probably 5 minutes, but it's right in the first, second baseman and pitcher's eye right now as Gray fouls it off.
A lot of pressure on their defense to stop this run. Ray just puts it in place and he's going to make them have to hurry. With all his speed.
Line drive, base hit, and that's the ball, baby. He didn't have to have any speed there, and that's the end of the ball game. And the Scrappers 10-run the Leopards. And that's the old, who would have ever thought that coming into Tuesday, JT, is the Scrappers are on a 5-game losing streak. And they come in and they beat the Leopards by a total of 16-1 in those 2 games. Frank, pretty impressive week and a good week for the Scrappers.
Just what we needed.
Scrappers get a little momentum. So Nashville wins it 11-1 in 6. We're going to take a long break. Big crowd has gotten in the ballpark now. We're going to take a long break. Frank will have the summary and the highlights. We'll talk to Coach Stewart. and probably going to bring another senior up. We're trying to talk to all of them before the season's over. So Scrappers win this one 11-1. Going to take about a 2.5 minute break. Come back for the post game. This is Scrappers baseball. Entered the week the first of this week, Frank. They were 4-0 the district, 11-1 overall. That one loss was a 1-0 loss. Scrappers put up 16 runs, only gave up 1 to them. Arkadelphia taking command of the district, but they've still got DeQueen and Nashville to play. We've got Arkadelphia coming up the last weekend of the season. That could be a big series.
I think that will be the series. It's going to determine the seeding in this tournament, regional tournament coming up, no doubt.
Scrappers get a solid performance from Carson Chambers. Frank only gave up, 1 hit?
Only gave up 1 hit today. He'll be the winning pitcher. He pitched 5 innings, allowed no runs on 1 hit. Struck out 6 and also walked 6. Jaden Gooden come in, pitched 1 inning, allowed 1 run on no hit. That's why they got away with those 6 walks on the day. Final line score, Nashville 11 runs on 8 hits. They had committed no errors. They left 9 on base. DeQueen 1 run on 1 hit. They committed 3 errors and left 8 men on base. A lot of help all the way up and down the line. Luke Boone had a single, a couple of stolen bases, scored 2 runs. Hayden Gray had a couple of singles, a run. He drove in 3 runs today. Carson Kirby reached base a couple of times, had a big double and RBI. Mason Honey walked a couple of times. He scored a run. Carson Chambers had a big double in the first to give Scrappers a nice lead, and he also scored a run, drew 2 walks. Madden Arnold had a single, an RBI, and drew a walk. Dalton Manlove drew a walk and scored a run. And Zeus Hutchinson had 2 infield singles and scored a run and also had an RBI. Go in a web gem by Sam Carter out in left field. Good double play by Banks Ray up the middle, and a really good job by all our pinch runners and courtesy runners. We stole a bunch of bases. I kind of lost track on that, but I think Peyton Fritz had at least 2, maybe 3 stolen bases.
And Frank, other than the walks, Scrappers played another clean game, like you mentioned. Really good defensive game this afternoon. No errors and 2 or 3 good plays.
You know, we always, old coaches, you always hate walks, but at the same time, when you strike out a few and you also don't make any errors, you don't give them anything too easy and anything free, and you hang in there, and our bats just took care of things really well.
Scrappers have 5 seniors this year. We've already talked to Peyton Hill and Sam Carter, and today we've got their catcher, Gage Green, up here. Gage had a big RBI Tuesday against DeQueen. He is the Scrappers' leading hitter. We go into Tuesday, we're in a slump. We're in a losing streak. And you guys get together and really dominate DeQueen, who was the leader, beat them 16-1 total bases. Pretty fun week, huh, Gage?
I'd say so. Yes, sir, Mr. Wilson.
So, we'll get this out of the way first, get you up here today. You've been the leading hitter all year. Maybe cooled off a little bit. Had a little trouble with your timing today.
I did. I wasn't aggressive enough when it came to swinging at the fastballs that the pitchers were giving me. We worked a lot on curveballs this week, and I think I got my mind a little too fixed on trying to wait for a good hanging curveball and never really got it. So just got to go into these next few games being aggressive and going back to how I was at the start of the season, swinging at all the fastballs that I can.
And Coach Freer's mentioned this several times this year. Your first year to start as catcher, you've done a really good job. He and I both have been impressed with your release. Your arm is okay, but you really get rid of the ball, and you've thrown out several base runners. You like to catch.
I do like to catch. First base has always been my favorite and probably most loved position in my baseball career. But getting to be behind the plate and help out the guys as best I can, it's an honor to do it. My buddy Aiden Smith did it for so long. He taught me a lot of good, and so I'm just trying to do my best to help the team.
And Carson Chambers was good, but he walked some. But talk about Luke Boone Tuesday at DeQueen. He was really good.
Luke Boone is a really, really good pitcher. He's got a lot of potential to go play some good next level baseball. He's got an amazing fastball that's got a lot of run on it. Got a really good curveball and a good changeup that really makes a difference in that from pitch to pitch. So he's a magnificent pitcher. And I think if he just stays on the track he's going, he's gonna take it pretty far.
So you guys are seniors. You're 6 weeks away from graduating. I had all you done at junior high a few years ago. Time passes pretty quickly, doesn't it?
It does. It feels like yesterday that I was out here with Nick Garcia and Garrett Miller, some of those other guys with Coach Slayton in my freshman year.
So, plans after high school?
I'm going to Arkansas Tech, and I'm going to get my degree in agri business, and I'm going to come back home and work with my father, Alan Green, in the appraisal business.
Yeah, I guess you know this. Alan was an outfielder for me. Did you know that?
I did know that, yes, sir.
So all that means is that Alan and I get pretty old, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
All right, Gage, you're having a great senior year. We've enjoyed watching. One more thing before I let you go and talk to Coach Stewart. Early in the year, you talking about you were really hot MVP in the Ralph Rose tournament. Congratulations on that.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you, Mr. Wilson.
All right, so we got Gage Green. We got a bunch of happy scrappers here. He's going to hand the headset over to Coach Zach Stewart, and we're going to talk about the ball game in a minute. Well, how about that, Coach Stewart?
Smile number 2 on the week.
Smile number 2 on the week. It wasn't as pretty a game, and because of walks on both sides.
Sure.
But I thought our base running was good, our offense was okay, and I thought our defense was really, really good. Your thoughts on the game?
That was something we talked about. We had way too many mental mistakes on the bases on Tuesday, and that's something we worked on, and that's something we have a lot of pride on is how we run the bases. And so we talked about it a lot, and some things that we saw from Tuesday's game, and made some adjustments on the bases, and it paid off. Frank told me I close to 10 bases today.
Yeah, we were running, and they got their heads down, and I thought the key to the game early, especially, was they had their ace, Logan Patrician, on the mound, and he can be really good.
Yep.
And he was about to get out of the inning, and Chambers got that big 2-out RBI double, followed back by another base hit by Arnold,
Yep.
and you got off of that big lead. And Frank mentioned, looked like Patrician never got comfortable there.
No, he didn't. He was spinning really good Tuesday. I didn't feel like he spun it as good today, but he threw that changeup really well. That was a pitch that kind of scared me a little bit with our lefties. Him throwing that changeup, and it's really good. But no, we did a really good job of getting up there and shorting up. I talked to him, all year, but a lot more the last couple of weeks about 2-strike hitting, shorting up, just putting the ball in play, putting it on the barrel. And that's what we did a lot of that today. 2-strike, 2-out hitting, and it came through. Early in the year, we weren't getting any of them. And we're starting to turn that around a little bit, starting to get a couple of them. And then, like you said, playing really good defense. Chambers throwing really good on the mound. Pitch count got up pretty quick there in the 4th inning. I think one kid had a 10-pitch at bat, followed by a 6-pitch at bat.
That's right, and that was their number 9 hitter. And he started 0-2, and he had a 10 or 11 pitch at bat. One of the things I was impressed with today, not only your defense, but I thought your kids stayed mentally into the game all game long, which DeQueen kind of let it get away from them.
Sure, they did. And that was one of those things we talked about there after the game was Luke's ball in the last inning. He kind of gets under, hits a fly ball to the left. And that's something that we take a lot of pride on too. Is hey, we're going to bust our tails out of the box, and if they drop it, we're going to be on second base. And a lot of times you can feel sorry for yourself. Oh, I popped up. I don't know what I do, and I cannot run to first, and now I'm not at second base. But he busts his tail to second base. Hayden comes over with a 2-out hit, ground ball through the middle, and then we scored game-winning run there to get the mercy rule. But I was really proud of how we handled everything. 3 runs in the first and 1 in the second. Third inning, we come up with a 0. I didn't think we had a great inning, but other than that inning was really good, really solid all night.
So this game is they say, as Gary Joe said, that baseball is a funny game. So we go into the first of the week. DeQueen's rolling. They're 11-1. Their only loss was a 1-0 game
Yep, to Palestine.
Then they're rolling. We're in a slump. We've lost 5 in a row.
5 in a row.
And now we come back, and now it looks Arkadelphia has basically taken control of the district right now. But if I'm not wrong, I know they have us, and don't they still have DeQueen?
They have DeQueen next week, and then they have us the week after.
All right, so saw where Hope played with Fairview for about 6 innings. It was like 3-1, and then Fairview was ahead 6-1. JT kept up with Magnolia. They played 2 really good games. Arkadelphia came out on top both days.
Arkadelphia won today too.
Arkadelphia won today like 3-1. Arkadelphia won 3-1. They're 6-0.
That puts Arkadelphia at the top. They're kind of in the driver's now. They've got to win. They got to beat DeQueen, good DeQueen team, and they've got us there at the end of the year. Which we get the Friday game on senior night. So if we go take care of business in Arkadelphia, the last game has a lot of riding on it.
Yeah, it could be fun up here on senior night. So You're off till next Tuesday, conference game here at Hope.
Yes, sir.
Do you plan on staying with your same pitching rotation?
I plan on it. They might be on a little less of a pitch count against Hope, but those games count just as much as this one.
Absolutely.
Playing Hope, beating Camden, beating whoever in the conference. If it's a conference game, they all count for one. So we're not going to throw off or anything. We've got to go win those games because those are important. Arkadelphia week means nothing if you don't go take care of Hope next week.
That's right, and as coaches and as players, you can't just throw your glove out there and expect the other team to roll over. You got to come ready to play.
Correct. Game starts 0-0 for a reason in every sport.
All right, so we're going to let you go. Y'all playing JV?
JV game, three innings, and then we'll go on for the weekend. And it's going to be nice weather, even though I guess it's not supposed to rain for a little bit, which we need a little bit of rain. But after all the rain we got last week, that's probably a good thing for giving us a little bit to let everything dry out. But no rain for the next foreseeable future. But nice thing about this park is even if it rains, we can play on it the next day.
All right, getting ready to start JV. Scrappers win this one in 6, 11-1. They go to 4-2 in the district and sweep DeQueen this week. Frank and I and JT will be back next Tuesday afternoon. Scrappers and the Hope Bobcats, and JT says, not but 3 more games here in Wilson Park this year. It's supposed to be pretty Tuesday. Come out to the ballpark.